enthusiasts, and welcome to the last episode of the second season of Scaled Affairs, the show where I take a closer look on anime figures of all sorts. And before we conclude our year as collectors, let's end it on a high note with the first double feature of the show. So today's figures are Rose and Ash, two Red Riding Hood inspired Nendroid dolls from Good Smile Company. The duo is a relatively new release, and the first thing I notice is that apparently they switched to a windowless cardboard box. The dimensions are still the same as a regular Nendo box, but now they do not have a see-through window in the front. First I thought this is because they wanted to set this line more apart from normal Nendos, but as soon as I opened the box the real reason for this move became clear to me. Because as you can see, the doll is not dressed, instead all the clothes are tucked to the side of the blister. Also her body frame is covered with this milky plastic. It's not a very appealing sight, so it's understandable that they wanted to hide it. I also understand that not dressing the doll is a good way to save costs, and I guess since Good Smile also sells the outfit separately, it makes even more sense from their perspective. The naked body frame is a bit taller than a normal Nendo and also has a couple more joints, but it also looks more like one of those post-study statues rather than a human body. And of course this is not something one wants to have on display, so let's put on some clothes. Ash comes with black socks and some sort of 3/4 trousers, also in black. For the upper body you get a teal colored shirt and a dark blue vest that is topped with some string tie, everything stitched together into one easy to use piece of garment. As an additional layer you can put on a short coat or muffler with some fur on it that feels very soft but is also a nightmare to style and leaves a constant trail of grey hairs. Also, once put on you won't see the string tie anymore. Rose on the other hand dresses in rather comfy looking leggings that I guess might leave some nasty stain marks all over her lower body. Her dress and skirt is one large piece and can be a bit tricky to put on, but as you can see it fits very well and already makes for a decent outfit. In addition to that there is also a themed apron and of course the signature red hood that makes Rose into the Little Red Riding Hood. Both figures also come with some tiny rubber shoes, but as already stated in my previous review on the White Rabbit, those are the least convincing parts of each outfit. In general, if you want to know more about the basics of this ball joint doll Nendo hybrid system, I would highly recommend this episode. And before I go into more details about Ash and Rose, here are some of this figure's key specs. Since having two figures on the turntable at once makes things unnecessarily complicated, I will now first focus on the Wolf Boy Ash and after that tell you about Rose. What I like about Ash is that his clothes are short enough that you can still see some skin parts, but long enough that it covers all the joints. The fabric of his shirt has an interesting pattern that I only noticed when filming him in a close-up. With the naked eye one would assume it's all the same material in different colors, but in reality they use different kinds of fabric as well. Ash is also the one that comes with noteworthy accessories in form of wolf ears and paws. The ears are held in place with your typical plastic sheet that is wedged between the two hair pieces. They are two separate pieces and you have to be careful that they don't fall off when handling the figure. Also my left ear has a noticeable bigger front gap than the right one. I guess the plastic lid is slightly bent. Of course all the accessories as well as the spare hands are interchangeable with your normal Nendo system as well as other Nendo dolls. Rose on the other hand doesn't come with any accessories. In fact, she also has one set of hands less than her male counterpart. To make up for the lack of equipment, her outfit is much more ornate. I do like the look of the ruffled apron and the lace ribbon beneath her skirt. The white flowers and green crosses are design elements from the box, but to be honest, it does remind me more of an old Hungarian farmer's outfit rather than something lifted from the fairy tale. When you see the massive cape hoodie flat in the box, it looks rather strange, but once you put it on her head it fits very well. I also like that you can tuck it in a way that some of her hair mold will still be visible. According to the pictures on the box it's also an option to have the cape rest on her back, but to be honest this looks kinda silly. As for the faces, both of them are fine, with Ash being more on the cheeky side while Rose has a stronger expression, but it also might limit her versatility when taking pictures. In general I would love to have at least one additional faceplate for each character, but even with a slightly higher retail price you only get the bare minimum with those dolls. The only part where Goodsmile is very generous is when it comes to mounting equipment. Not only will you get a crane mount with a magnetic socket that sticks to the base that is stall exclusive, you will also receive a second crane that is basically your standard Nendo mount, but instead of a pin there is a claw on one side that allows you to grab the waist of your dolls. But wait, there is still more! You can also interchange the claw parts for even bigger cheeks so that it covers even more of their outfits. I really don't know if those crane things are really necessary to include, and I can't see much benefit when compared to the normal back mount with a pin. Also, and this makes this whole crane frenzy even more ridiculous, is the fact that due to small magnets in the shoes and even the foot soles, a Nendo doll can pretty much stand on its own without any additional aid. Only if you do more unbalanced poses you will need the assist of a mount. Sadly, I also have to report that I kinda ruined the base by adding those 4 pack holes, and even stranger a slightly invaded center point. I still like the reflective surface, but with all those additional holes, we are getting closer and closer to a normal Nendo base, and you all know how I feel about them. Also, I don't know why they are so proud of the fact that the figures are made in China. I can understand that they now put a small tag into the centerpiece of each outfit, but why have your company name and Made in China printed on the front of each base? I know regular Nendos do this too, but at least they have the title of the series and the copyright owner on it too, so it makes a bit more sense, and maybe it's not intended to be on the front but rather on the back side, but still, the base of a Nendo could be so much more decorative than it is now. In conclusion, I can more and more see the appeal of those small dolls, since they have more joints than your typical Nendo and are also a bit more stable, meaning that the limbs are not constantly falling off when posing them, makes those little fellows perfect for taking pictures in an outdoor scenario. I like that they release them in thematically close pairs and that they also do fairy tale or fantasy outfits and not only pure anime characters. But of course I would also prefer a wider variety when it comes to accessories and additional faceplates. Since the outfits are also sold separately for a lower price, it might be a wise idea to invest in a body or character you like and then only have them dress up in different styles. Goodsmile will even provide you with a mannequin torso or coat hangers so that you can store or display your outfits. Next time, well, if we see each other again, it will be 2022 already and also a brand new season of Scaled Affairs. I really hope you had a fantastic year and that your collection was growing ever so slightly. Have a nice holiday season, and I would really love if you tune in again next year for another episode of Scaled Affairs. Until then, take care and keep collecting!